Tons of controversial moments at WrestleMania 41 carried over into the Raw after WrestleMania. It was an incredibly historic and, as they always say, record-breaking weekend, and we're here to talk about it. This is the Spandex StandUps.
What's up, dude?
What up, dude?
How'd you like Mania?
Oh, WrestleMania. I mean, how can you not always love WrestleMania?
Right.
I mean, this one was different, though.
Yeah.
I mean, really. And hearing Triple H talk about it after in the press conference, talking
I'm glad
about,
you watched the press conference because I did not.
Yeah, he was talking about
too much.
how to build a card, knowing that there's all of this wrestling fatigue, not only happening throughout the weekend for all the folks there, but also happening within WWE during the weekend, while also keeping in mind that even those folks that just chose to attend the WrestleMania shows will experience fatigue throughout not only the show, but the two nights. So
very true.
The way they built the card was super interesting. Really made it seem like at first that this was going to be kind of a disaster, but ultimately provided with a lot of the good old classic WrestleMania moments that we're used to seeing.
Yeah, I agree. I think night one was slow and then got really good, and night two was really good and then kind of died.
Yeah,
if you could take like the first half of night two and splice it with the back half of night one, and you got the perfect WrestleMania.
Absolutely. Totally.
AKA the Raw after WrestleMania. Because what a show. Yeah.
A lot of storylines furthered, a lot of questions answered. Still, some things don't sit well with me, but yeah, I mean, they really delivered on a Raw after WrestleMania.
So good, man. Let's get into it. I'm sorry I took it out on New Day. The Street Profits deserved a Mania moment. That wasn't their fault. They do deserve the moment, but it shouldn't have come at the cost of the New Day. So I apologize. The New Day, part of Raw last night, spectacular. So we get tag team turmoil this coming up SmackDown. I'm excited about it. I'm guessing Jey Uso is going to be the SmackDown champion with the draft and the rearrange, because I don't really see Cena going over SmackDown with the WWE title.
Oh yeah, no, Cena's staying on Netflix.
Yeah, so I imagine Jey Uso is going to be our SmackDown champion, so he beats Gunther. Big moment there.
Controversial moment. Fans are not happy with the end of that match.
Do they think he got choked out too early?
Yeah, they think you just buried Gunther. That's what the fans are saying.
Well, stay tuned, because I feel like Gunther got some pride back.
Maybe so. But just didn't make sense. The finish did not make sense.
Well, that's what he did to his brother,
it wasn't
right?
Even sold properly.
That's what he did to his brother. He choked his brother. He was choking his brother out while he's bleeding. That was the whole point. Is Jey used Gunther's moves to beat Gunther?
Yeah, it just wasn't sold properly.
He did tap out a little too soon. Yeah. Now what? Who do we got? Who's going after Jey Uso on SmackDown over there?
I mean,
like Drew McIntyre, maybe.
Yeah, I mean, Drew McIntyre's would be.
Do we really let
candidate.
Drew McIntyre lose another world heavyweight title feud?
Is this an opportunity? Is this how you put the belt on Sammy? Is by having him be able to beat Jey Uso?
Did you have your breath held the entire time last night, thinking Sammy was about to turn on him?
I did.
Oof. They kept messing with us, man. They kept having moments and being like, but they didn't. Thank goodness. A lot of swerves last night. But no more. Let's do our WrestleMania recap. Like we said, Jey Uso beat Gunther. New Day beat War Raiders. They're the champs now. I thought Jade Cargill Naomi was pretty good.
That match was pretty good. Yeah, I would say that. I would say so. And otherwise, I would probably say the Jey Uso Gunther match was my favorite.
Yeah,
they really bookended the You know, the intros were great.
Yeah.
You know, him winning was great.
Jay definitely got the Mania entrance of the year.
Oh, yeah, with the flags. I mean, it was awesome the way they really got that thing going in the stadium. So, That would probably be my favorite match.
I enjoyed Rey Fenix getting a Mania moment. I kind of like that they furthered the storyline of putting the metal plate in the mask and kept it going. He's got every luchador in the world mad at him right now, especially the ones in WWE.
I mean, the thing is it's not that the opening matches were bad. They were good wrestling matches. They were perfectly fine. They just weren't WrestleMania caliber. So that was the missing piece. It wasn't like, oh, this was a bad match, this was a bad match. It was just like, we're like, what makes this special?
Yeah. Well, look how far we've come.
There's a lot that just felt that way.
You know, we're upset that the Mania matches weren't special enough when we just redid a look back at Mania 1 and 2, which were just a bunch of glorified squash matches. So
true.
It is a problem of circumstance, okay? Let's have a little priority here, internet wrestling community. I enjoyed the little moments from Tiffy and Charlotte. I think overall the match wasn't that great. Sometimes you can put two great wrestlers together and it just not pan out.
Yeah.
And I feel like that's what this is, and hopefully they realize that and move on. These two don't need to be in a feud together.
No.
Jacob Fatu gets his first singles title. He's a U.S. champ. A lot of title changes. Every title changed, except Tiffy's.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I don't totally, again, Jacob Fatu with the U.S. title, cool.
Yeah.
Again, did you bury LA Knight again? Yeah, you did.
Yeah. I'm excited to see what it causes with Solo, though.
I'm over it. I'm over the whole bloodline storyline. Unless we're talking about Roman Reigns now looking at Jey Uso, who's got the world heavyweight title. Unless we're talking about Jey Uso looking at the Ula Fala because he's the world heavyweight champion and he should technically now be the tribal chief. Unless we're talking about Jey Uso talking about why Roman Reigns was not by his side at all during this feud. That's the only element. If we're not talking about The Rock, I want the bloodline storyline to go away completely. If we're not talking about these other things. Bloodline 2 storylines at this point just are... I
don't even look at Solo and Jacob as a bloodline thing. I think it's just family that it's almost like a tag team splitting at this point.
Sure.
After Survivor Series, I hadn't really associated them with the bloodline. Because Brock basically went on Pat McAfee today and said, yeah, I screwed up WrestleMania.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Well, he said he didn't feel like it needed the final boss character.
I mean, has this guy not been watching his own fucking show? Excuse my French.
Yeah. So, yeah, he went on McAfee.
What show is this guy watching? The final boss was in every element of the story.
Because that legitimate, I mean, I've watched so many WrestleManias. I've watched 40 WrestleManias, 41 WrestleManias. I know not every match is going to be up here. I know not every storyline is going to be up here. But to me, all that would be the cherry on top of a pretty good WrestleMania, I know everyone hates it. Everyone online is trashing the crap out of it. Not a lot of people liked WrestleMania. I enjoyed it because it's WrestleMania. And they furthered a lot of things.
There are pieces of it I enjoyed. But
exactly. You can't like the whole thing. I get it. It is what it is. Majority of it sits well with me. But the cherry on top of where this would have been a mediocre WrestleMania to a pretty good WrestleMania is The Rock finishing his storyline.
Yeah.
That he didn't have to come back and set up. Cena could have turned heel by himself.
Right. Why did The Rock show up at Bad Blood?
And not WrestleMania. You showed up at Bad Blood. You've made it one of the best elimination chambers I've ever seen.
Why did you show up at Elimination Chamber and not WrestleMania?
Missed the ball in that one, my guy.
Yeah,
but
just
like I said, I enjoyed WrestleMania. I know a lot of people did not. But I know a lot of stuff doesn't make sense, and Rock not showing up to finish what he created. And I get it. I see the irony. I see the funniness of complaining about the biggest pop star on the planet coming out and having seen his back, but he's not a wrestler.
Right.
Travis Scott is a superstar, not in the wrestling world. Mm-hmm. So just him coming out to help Cena was not enough.
Right.
So I don't know. We'll get into night 2, but night 1 main event: Seth, Roman, CM Punk.
Very good job.
Seth becoming a Heyman guy. I was talking to my buddy Jesse. Jesse Jones, check out his awesome podcast, Bourbon Showdown, if you're into all things bourbon. Big wrestling fan, big Ric Flair fan. He lives in Charlotte. He made a very good point. It's professional wrestling 101. If it's a triple threat match and a manager is tied to two people, he is walking out with the third.
Yeah, I just don't understand why Paul Heyman thinks Seth Rollins has more gas behind him than Roman Reigns.
Well, that's the storylines coming out. Roman said he's retiring in 2 years. CM Punk's hesitant to sign a 5-year deal.
And Seth also
said he's going to retire by 40.
Seth's body is also breaking down. So.
I get it, but Seth, they've all talked about this coming to an end at some point. I guess he saw the options. They were like, well, let me go out with the revolutionary.
Yeah, again, I just don't see what the wise man is seeing in Seth Rollins right now.
But did it not answer more questions? Did it not answer the questions at Raw for you with Braun Breaker? Like, they're the present and the future of professional wrestling. It had that two-man power trip. It had that evolution vibe about it. It had the let me take this star and elevate him even more, and then also set up this young star to be the next great thing. I
don't know if I'm the wise man. I'm talking to Roman Reigns about how to reassemble this bloodline. You've got Fatu with the
Roman's never been one to collaborate. His bloodline was out of necessity.
Jey Uso's now world heavyweight champion. So yeah, again, it just feels like it's interesting to see it play out.
Yeah.
We'll see. Maybe Paul Heyman knows something that we don't. But.
It's my two favorite wrestlers put together, so I'm excited. It's Seth Rollins, it's Braun Breaker. Those are my two favorite going right now. I like it. I'm excited about it. It's something new and refreshing coming out of Mania season to get behind and tune into and be like, huh.
Mm-hmm.
I'm excited about it. All right, so night 2 had that I feel like sometimes I tend to we do a good cop, bad cop thing.
Mm-hmm.
You're down on the product. I try to be like, come on, guys. That main event sucked.
Oh, well, that's what John Cena wanted.
See, now that's a very good point. I like that.
Yeah, that's what John Cena wanted. He's not here to give you a 5-star match. He's done.
I didn't even think about that.
That was part of it. But this one, like you said, night 1 got better as the night went on. Night 2
started on fire, man.
Started off fire.
I was so excited. I was like, see, they just waited for night 2, my man. This is great.
Those first 3 matches
start us off with a triple threat, the match of the whole weekend.
Yeah, just again, nonstop hard hitting action, just absolutely incredible. And then the second match we had
Sin City Street Fight,
which brutal. The way that it ended with the chair, the table spot.
They didn't leave the arena, and I wasn't mad at it.
Yeah, totally. Yeah, Drew throwing Damian through those tables and then hitting him with the chair at the end. Just a really fantastic ending. Match 3, Intercontinental title. Dom winning again, arguably the show peaked at that moment.
I couldn't sit down. They had me the first 3 matches. I'm ready. I'm hyped. I'm out of my chair. I'm ready. It was also a little 420, so I was a little sedated, and I blew right through that because I was so hyped at these first 3 matches.
Yeah, I was so excited when Dom won, just because I was like, "Oh, is Dom gonna steal it? Is Dom just perfect booking, perfect moment? Way to give Dom a moment that he truly deserves. Really, just taking it on the chin for years." And really stepping into who he's going to become, which is one of the greats in this business. So,
I do believe so. One that is so versatile. You can already tell he's so versatile.
Yeah,
he can play a great heel. He can play a great face. He can be the leader of a group. He can be the follower. The dude literally is a chameleon.
Yeah, and then
say his name.
Yeah,
he appears.
The Randy Orton match was great. Kind of reminded me of that John Cena Undertaker match from WrestleMania where, you know, it's kind of a gimmick match, but this was a good match. I mean, this had all the elements you want. Randy Orton kind of got silly in it. You know, his whole thing was, I'm going to be super serious. And then
I like that they kept a camera on him when Joe's music hit, and he was like, all right, all right.
So, you know, I think this match was fun. It really served the purpose of giving Randy his 20th WrestleMania match, giving him a win,
giving Joe
Henry this massive exposure. Great moment, a great feel-good moment. So, really like
to see the
match.
internet down on that match bummed me out.
Yeah, I mean, we're not gonna get a 5-star classic out of Randy Orton at this WrestleMania.
And Joe's not their project yet.
Right.
They don't what it serves them building up Joe Hendry as the TNA champ yet.
Right.
He'll have plenty of WrestleMania.
This was the Legends match, and thank God the Legend was Randy Orton. Thank God it wasn't Goldberg.
No killer, no legend killer here. This is where it started to turn for me. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
Did not care for the Paul AJ Styles match simply because AJ did not shine.
I mean, the match was not good.
I was okay with Logan not shining. That's fine. That's what he's there for.
It was boring. And again,
So boring.
the issue with this one was like I said, there was no build.
Dude.
We didn't believe this. What's the feud? Why are they mad at each other?
But run that back and just imagine how laughable that is. Logan Paul and AJ Styles was boring. The match, you could have sat all of these cards in front of me and I never would have, in my mind, been like, boring. But
AJ Styles is not booked well at WrestleMania.
No.
He's never really been booked well at WrestleMania.
Yeah, because he didn't beat up John Cena.
Yeah, I mean, his match against Randy Orton fell flat. His match against Shinsuke Nakamura kind of fell flat.
And we were so hyped for that match.
I will say his match against Undertaker was awesome.
Great. That was
but,
great.
you know, let's give him that. I mean, he retired The Undertaker.
I mean, that is pretty
Or
cool.
The Undertaker actually just retired
himself with
himself
AJ
after.
Styles.
Yeah. He ate AJ Styles and then retired. They've got to figure out what to do with AJ Styles at WrestleMania because just having him there in a match is no longer
right. I mean, he's only getting one or two more of these. Like, what are we doing here? And I definitely don't like that they gave Logan Paul the win.
No,
should not have happened.
No. He's taken a lot of losses, though, so I get it. But
you do have to make him viable from time to time. Just not at AJ Styles' expense.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, let him go beat Theory or somebody. You know what I mean? Like, come on.
Yeah.
Bailey's attacked backstage. Lyra's told she has to find a new partner. As soon as that happens, I feel like everyone knew it was going to be Becky.
Oh, yeah, and on the pre-show, Big E gave it away. He was like, wouldn't it be cool if another Irish woman decided to return? I'm like, on the pre-show, and then you just see Peter Rosenberg, and they'd be like,
Bruh,
stop, Big E, stop.
New Day was right. Look at that. But they get the win, short-lived win. They're the champs over Raquel and Liv. A lot of people upset at Liv's attire, but they didn't realize it was a shout-out to, what was it, Selena Gomez?
Olivia Rodrigo. I mean, I thought Liv looked awesome.
I thought she looked amazing.
Yeah, I was all about it. So I don't know if people don't.
I don't know what anybody had a complaint for.
You don't know.
I mean, a bunch of Zoe Starks out there.
Yeah.
But no, this match was okay. You know, this got the four ladies. It got Becky's return. It showed the history between Becky and Lyra.
Again, they made the most out of a match we just weren't interested in.
Yeah, I do appreciate the effort on the women's tag match, though. I do have to let that go. I do have to let that be said. They tried with the tag match.
Yeah.
How many WrestleMania has the tag titles even been on in the first place?
Good point.
You know, so
facts.
And it incorporated the IC champ too, so they both got on there. Would have much preferred IC champion. And then we got the main event: John Cena coming out to just the black with the white John Cena.
Yeah, I mean, finally we're getting the heel John Cena. Like he is switching it up a little bit.
Professional wrestling.
He's gonna ruin wrestling. The match, the way that he won was perfect. Yeah, and it wasn't terrible, but if anyone thought that this match was going to be this amazing wrestling match that we go back and watch for years and years and years, that was never the case. And I don't think that's going to be the case with any of John Cena's retirement tour.
I think my problem was, I think collectively we expected more at the end. I'm okay with the match it was. I loved how he teased doing the knuckle shuffle and then wouldn't do it. You know, like I loved he would start doing the 5 moves of doom and then be like, I'm not. You know, he really had the crowd there. I had no qualms about it. I just think Travis Scott coming out wasn't the move.
Well, no, it should have been The Rock.
Yeah, or nobody. Like I do like Cody did get payback. That needed to happen. Cody did need to get his hands on Travis Scott, but that could have happened before or like during the build. You know, like they dropped too many other Easter eggs. You know, like why did Travis Scott come out with Jay? Right. You know, like all the other twists and turns that we thought were going to happen, they just kind of left us hanging. You know, like we truly expected someone else to align with John Cena and The Rock. Mm-hmm. And now you're telling me The Rock, it might not even be tied to John Cena anymore. Right. Like he facilitated the heel turn, but now he's got nothing to do with it. Right. Agreed. I mean, that's I'm going to say it. That's Mark Henry, Mae Young level just dropping booking right there.
We need you, Rock. You got to finish your story. Finish your story, Rock.
Finish your story.
Finish your story. You started it. Finish it.
But we'll get into more Raw stuff. Liv and Raquel win their tag team titles back. Little haha.
Random. You know, but it caused a little Becky heel turn, which we like to see. So,
how are we feeling about the whole Bayley of it all? You know, she got pulled so Becky could come back. Did you see the Mercedes tweet? She said, "Hey, Bayley, call me," because she's trying to add fuel to the fire that, hey, WWE's screwing you right now. They took away your Mania moment and I love that they're calling her Becky Hogan online. The internet wrestling community is wilding right now, and it's entertaining.
Yeah, but I mean, Bayley had a huge moment last year, won the Royal Rumble, you know, to get it. You know, maybe it's part of a future storyline.
I was hoping she was going to come out and knock somebody out last night, but I guess we had to let the Becky heel turn breathe.
You know, it was the you know, honestly, it was the least significant match on the card. Mm-hmm. I think folks would have been okay with the match having not been on the card altogether, if I'm being honest.
Well, we all were kind of like, when the gauntlet match was announced, we were like, why?
Yeah, so I feel like everyone should be able to look at this and be like, this is a way to make this match that no one is interested in interesting. Even Bayley's got to look at it and be like, yeah, I mean, I don't want to be a part of a match that people say in WrestleMania. It's like, that's not a WrestleMania. They did not take a WrestleMania moment away from Bayley.
Right.
There was no moment to be had there for any of the folks that were in the match.
That's why I don't think Bayley's going to end up being upset at this. I think she's going to be like, I got the night off. All right.
Yeah, and hey, if anything, it's we owe you one. Yeah, you owe me one.
Yeah.
You owe me one.
Yeah. I like it. You got me twice, WWE. You can't fool me a third time. Alexa Bliss said that she was having contract disputes right before she came back. Mm-hmm. Becky said she wasn't wrestling anytime soon, and then she came back. You're not going to get me a third time.
Won't get fooled again.
Did you have a happy Rusev Day?
Glad to see him back. Curious to see what the branding is for him.
Right.
People liked Rusev Day for sure.
Yeah.
So I'm curious to see, you know, a more serious, cerebral Rusev that it looks like they're trying to build, because that just wasn't the one we got before. We got a bit more of a fun, silly guy.
Yeah, notice he came back and attacked the faces. You know, he didn't go after the New Day. You know, he beat up Otis.
Yep.
Threw Tozawa around like it was nothing. That was pretty cool. I wouldn't mind Rusev and Otis to get him back in WWE. That'd be some fun matches.
Yeah.
And I do like what you're saying, the more serious package Rusev. Is he's God Soldier, you know, like he was kind of pulling that in AEW. I was interested in that, and then they never pulled the trigger on anything. You know, where he was talking to himself like a crazy person, like God sent him to murder everybody. That'd be a fun little angle to play with, you know? So,
but another guy AEW lost.
Thank you, Tony. Man, I'm not going to lie to you. Out of all of the things that happened on the Raw after Mania that are newsworthy and talkable worthy, My favorite thing that happened out of the entire night was Io Sky and Stephanie Vaquer giving us a great match until Roxanne Perez and Julia messed it up.
Yeah, and I mean, Io Sky, fresh off of a killer match at WrestleMania.
Match of Mania, to be honest with you.
You know, really stole the show in a lot of ways. Then coming out there doing it the next night, I mean, that's what you want out of a champ. That's why we love Io Sky. So yeah, got to shout out their match at WrestleMania because you know, really was just fantastic start to finish. It was a slobber knocker.
Slobber knocker. I love the Fight Forever chants. That was great. I was chanting it right in my house with them. Fight forever. It's future and present meeting in the squared circle, man. Julia, it looks like Julia and Roxanne are a little tag team, teaming up. You know, could have each other's back. It'd be smart to put Julia with Roxanne so she could talk for her. For a little bit. Stephanie Vaquer, fantastic English last night. It was amazing. She crushed it. Her and Io. It's great when there's two wrestlers and a language barrier, but there wasn't a barrier last night. We knew exactly what they both were saying to each other, and it was great.
Yeah.
JD McDonough back. Finn looks surprised. JD didn't tell Finn he was coming back. He told Dom he was coming back. That's interesting.
Well, Finn is clearly salty about the way the Intercontinental title match went down. You know, Dirty Dom stealing that IC title, and the fans are really flipping a switch and loving Dom, which kudos to Triple H for knowing, you know, just when to pop a balloon.
Right.
Wow, unbelievable timing. Finn's about to have to find a new crew, man.
Yeah. I thought JD was part of it.
No, Finn, no.
Him and JD go way back, but JD hanging out with Dom and Carlito and Liv and Raquel looked natural.
It's a crew.
Looks good.
Yeah.
Finn was definitely the odd man out, like Edge looked when Damian and Rio were around.
Yep. That Judgment Day ain't loyal to nobody.
Judgment Day going to just have, I was about to say the record for most members, but there's been some factions over years that have just axed member after member.
I mean, Dom's going to be the last man standing. You know, he was the little shrimp. Now he's about to be the one that's calling all the shots.
Dude, see him light up when he was doing the post-match interview when he's like, they've never cheered for me. I'm used to them booing me.
Yeah.
They were excited I won the IC title. Like it was fun to watch, you know. Like I'm thoroughly gonna enjoy when we get a Dom face turn for sure. Are we getting it? Is it starting right now?
Oh, it's happening. Well, just the anti-hero turn.
Yeah, this you're such a cool heel. We like you turn. Yeah. All right, man. I know it might not make sense to you yet, but this new faction, it ended Raw. Seth, Heyman come out to gloat about their win and their new. I like that they pointed out CM Punk was collateral damage. Paul didn't really want to do that. But that was personal with Roman. And that makes sense. The pure pressure and hell that Roman put Heyman through the last couple of years, when he did turn to him and expect him to have an answer when no one had an answer. That stress, you know, that's, to me, is the foundation of the why. Roman has turned I saw the meme, every member of the bloodline has turned on Roman. Roman has turned on no one.
Interesting.
Yeah. People can't get away from Roman fast enough.
He's achieved without
when they get
drive.
A chance.
Well, and that's what I'm saying is they need to also be telling the tribal chief story, you know.
I think they are in the background. I think they're saying that he achieved this greatness. He had that long-standing reign, and he was on top of his kingdom, but it cost him everything. That's why he wasn't around for Jay. And Jay didn't want him to be around. Remember when they were at Survivor Series, Jay was like, I don't want to be here, but I'll be here and I'll help you here. And then we go our separate ways.
Yeah.
So I think that's the story that it's really telling, is Seth and Heyman capitalized when they knew they could manipulate Punk because he was too emotional because he finally got his dream. Did you see that they made a point to show him smiling when he was laying there, beaten? He was just happy he got his dream. He didn't care.
Yeah.
Heyman saw that. This guy's not focused. he's on the back nine.
Right.
You know, he's taking the Sunday stroll right now.
Yeah.
And everyone hates Roman now. So I got to unhitch my wagon, jump on the revolutionary, the visionary. And what's that? Oh, I can talk the scariest young athlete in the game to come with us? Okay. Because this is great storytelling, because you remember they always had Heyman hanging around Braun Breaker when he was first coming up. Saying, one day, man. Well, he called in that favor.
Yeah.
So I am excited about it, man. I think this is going to make Seth to that superstar power, because he's lagged a little bit the last couple of years. Elevate Braun to that next level, and this is going to cement Paul Heyman as the greatest manager of all time. And I'm pumped. Any final thoughts?
Yeah, I mean, when you lay it out there like that, I'm interested to see where it goes. Definitely interested, and also interested to see where Roman's story goes, where Punk's story goes.
I do like
just
what you
curious
said,
to see how long they keep Seth Rollins, because they've given him that top spot before. They've let him, Monday Night Rollins, 2019. They let him carry the ship, winning the world heavyweight title and carrying that first. He's just, it feels like he's had a hard time in those moments keeping the fans truly engaged and captivated. It's always like he's got to go away and then come back, go away then come back.
That's a good point.
And but with a little shake up, a little heel turn, a little Paul Heyman, a little Braun Breaker, let's see what kind of savagery we get out of Seth Rollins.
I like what you said earlier, that this feels way more like beginnings than endings. Like the Manias the last couple of years. So the possibilities are endless.
Yeah.
I think they just opened up a big old book and they're like, let's see where this takes us.
Totally.
I feel like we just started a make your own adventure.
Yeah.
Well, awesome, man. What you got coming up?
What do I got coming up? Well,
I think you got something pretty important.
I'm going to be on an episode of Kill Tony, live from Bridgestone Arena. It'll be night 2. It'll be coming out one of these Mondays coming up. So when you see Nashville night 2,
yeah, boy,
Kill Tony, I will be on that, unless they cut me, which I don't think they will, but they might. And then every month at Rosemary and Beauty Queen in East Nashville, it is comedy at Rosemary and Beauty Queen. You can follow us at RBQ Comedy Nash for all of our show information. The show's always free. And then on May 6th, I'll be at Zany's on Dr. Ben and Friends. So that's where I will be over the next few weeks. Drew Harrison, where are you going to be?
Every second Friday of the month here in Nashville, I'm at Third Coast Comedy doing Stone Cold Sober. It's my baby. I love it. I will be in Charlotte, North Carolina, Tuesday, April 29th at the Evening Muse. And Third Coast, May 3rd at 9 p.m. Then I'm going to do a little hiking trip. I'm going to go check out, me and some friends that I've known for almost 30 years now are turning 40, and we're going hiking in Seattle. No one asked me. That's why we're going hiking.
Pacific Northwest is beautiful.
I'm excited. I've already seen some photos of things I will hopefully get to see in real life, so I can't wait. So please come check us out. Come check out our show. We are taking a bit of a break, taking a little hiatus. We went a full year. We went a year to year, WrestleMania to WrestleMania. You got 40 was our kickoff point. We made it to 41.
Incredible.
So we're just going to take a little 2-week break, and then we'll be right back to get you guys ready for Backlash and the amazing summer that I feel Paul has in store for us.
Until next time, friends.
We'll see you then.